Hi everybody, Christy here. Welcome to Federal Brace Fast Break. Today we're with our very own Scott Toll, president of Federal Brace. Welcome to Fast Break.
Yeah, thank you, Christy. Appreciate it.
I want to say, go UK. It's that time of year, and you want to say
Tar Heels.
Tar Heels.
Yes, go Tar Heels.
Go Big Blue Nation.
We'll get through this, Christy.
We will completely and totally get through this. So, tell me a little bit about why you love the Tar Heels. Why are you a North Carolina fan?
Well, I spent so much money sending my daughter there that I figure I better cheer for them. I've paid for it.
Fair enough. and
they're also very good at basketball, I understand.
Yeah. From time to time.
You've seen.
From time to time. So you love the Tar Heels. What do you love about the industry? About Federal Brace's industry?
About Federal Brace's industry.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Federal Brace's industry, what do I love about it? It's awesome. It's an awesome industry. The thing that I really like about it is that it touches, so many facets of our life. The whole, interior design, construction, kitchen and bath industry. The products are very intimate. We see them day to day, and the innovations they mean a lot to us. I mean, innovating in this industry is something that touches a lot of lives. Everyone who has a house, or an office, or anything within that construction business, but it affects so many details. And I love innovating in it. There's room to innovate. There's room to make things better. And when you do make something better, it has such a great impact on it because it affects so many people. So I'd say that was one of the more significant parts of the reason why I love the industry.
So speaking of so many people, I've read the reviews. I've got my notes right here. But customers really take the experience with Federal Brace to heart. They say things like, these products are amazing, unbelievable strength, better than expected arrival time, professional installers were impressed with the braces, and AAAA+++.
Nice.
So how would you describe the Federal Brace company culture? How would you describe our customer service, product performance, things of that nature?
Yeah. Well, I think that the customers or the statements that you read, I think, sum up our culture, at least certain facets of our culture. And we do have a very important aspect of our culture is the quality of our products. We are made in the USA. We choose to do that. We could get them made overseas, or we could get our products made overseas, but we choose to have them made here in the United States. And we do that for the benefit of our customers. At times it can be difficult it might be a lot easier, a lot cheaper, maybe make more money going overseas, but we choose to do the made in the United States, all of our products, because of the quality that we can provide our customers. So that's one aspect of culture, and it directly is reflected in what the customers are saying about us. And then obviously on the opposite side is our service. We're extremely customer oriented, very customer service oriented. And our staff and our people, they take that aspect of what we do very seriously. So I'm not surprised to hear that we got things to people quicker than they expected, or that the service was excellent when they spoke to them. We try and reinforce that within our culture. We incentivize it, and as a result, and then I think we also we hire people who want to help people, because the basis of our culture is that we do this to help people. We're not just in it to make a buck or to make a product. We provide solutions for people. And when you come, you orient your service and the products from that line of thought that you are helping somebody. It's not unusual to go out of your way to make sure that things get done right. It's a very important part of what we do. So those are awesome. They're an affirmation that we're living up to the culture that we represent or that we want to have. But there's other facets of it. But we have an awesome group. We have an awesome culture in our company.
All right, I'm taking a completely different direction.
Yeah.
What are your frustrations
About my
about
culture?
the industry? No,
Oh.
no, not the culture. I assume there aren't any. But what are your frustrations with industry, and how do you make it work despite those frustrations?
Oh, frustrations within the industry. I think that the key frustration within the industry for us, for Federal Brace as a company, it's a very large industry. There are a lot of players in it. There are a lot of big boys in it. The big boys have a big voice. They take up a lot of space. It's very difficult for us to get our word out, to make noise. Federal Brace does a good job of it. We have media personnel, and we make an effort on the internet as well as through paper magazines and articles and so forth. We make a real effort to get the word out about what we do, but we have some awesome innovations. We have some awesome products, and we still have a lot of people that come to our booth and say, "Oh, I wish I would have known you were around." And it's amazing after 10 years that can still be the case, but it is. So for me, I don't know whether it's just something that we work through. It is a little bit frustrating. I wish we could have a bigger voice, but with so many large players in our industry, it's difficult to get the word out.
Fair enough. So with that being said, as president of Federal Brace, what's the best advice you've ever received personally?
As president of, well, I'd say that the best advice that I've gotten probably comes from a man I very much respected, which was my dad. And he said, he told me that there were two great motivators in life, two of the greatest motivators in life. One was debt, and the other one was children. And so I took him to heart on it, and I have plenty of children. And on the debt side, I won't talk about that, but I can tell you that I'm a motivated individual.
Fair enough. So words like synergistic, world-class, innovative, these are all very popular buzzwords in the space in which Federal Brace works. What are things that you think that we should be on the lookout for in this industry? What do you think the next, not necessarily big buzzwords are, but what's coming? What should we all be on the lookout for?
So, I think that some of the things that we need to look for are certainly in the technology realm. Technology, Internet of Things, AI, all of those aspects, they're having a huge impact on our society as a whole, but they're also affecting so many industries. And I would say that the construction and kitchen and bath, interior design industries are going to be involved in that revolution of technology, and are already, quite frankly, involved in it. We're seeing all kinds of technology applications that we didn't see previously, but that's going to continue to escalate. I don't know to what extent it's all going to get involved, but I think in the coming decade, we're going to see some pretty major technological advances that have big implications on the places where we live and where we work. Smart home technologies, the communications between different systems and networks within the home. All of those things are going to have a big impact on our industry. So that's where I would look if I were. That's where we're looking at Federal Brace. So.
Awesome. So my next question is about surprises. And to be perfectly honest, your team and your shirt were my big surprise today. But what would people be surprised?
Surprised I'd be from North Carolina and cheering for the Tar Heels.
I'm surprised anyone does.
Okay.
But that's aside.
Good one.
What would people be surprised to learn about you? What would people be surprised to learn about Federal Brace? Also?
Oh, okay. About me or Federal Brace?
Both. Yes, both.
All right, I'll start with myself.
Okay.
Even though I have a gray beard and gray hair, I think people would be surprised to know that I have 7 kids. That tends to get people a shocker. It's 7 kids for anybody seems to be a big deal. So the number of kids I have, the fact that I'm a biology major, and don't have any educational experience as far as business is concerned, that seems to be a pretty big deal. All the different businesses that we're involved with. Federal Brace is one of 3 sister companies within different industries, and then there are other businesses outside of that I'm engaged with my brothers and so forth. So for me, I would say that would be those are a number of items that people might be surprised to hear about me. About Federal Brace. Well, Federal Brace, I think there are a number of interesting and maybe surprising things that people don't know about us. The fact that we work in a 100-year-old mill, that's a pretty interesting thing. We love the old mills, and we love working in them. They make great working environments, and we convert them into nice offices and warehouse suites and stuff. So that's cool. I think in addition to that, people would be surprised to know that we started on a $3,000 investment. So when we talk about shoestring, when we talk about entrepreneurial shoestring budgets and things like that, we're completely aware of how to build companies that way. I think that Federal Brace is involved in lighting. That we're branching out into the area of lighting is a big kind of surprise to people, because people know us as the Brace Company, the people who make beautiful brackets that hold up anything. But now we're getting into the lighting side of things, and that's of interest. So I think that all of those would be a bit
Shocking, surprising.
shocking new info. At least it would be new info for Federal Brace.
Speaking of new info,
Yes.
A couple days ago, I let the Federal Brace YouTube subscribers as well as social media followers know that you were going to be a guest on our fast break today, and they have a couple questions for you if you have a couple minutes.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Got a couple
Okay.
minutes.
So let's jump
Love
right into
answering
it.
customers.
All right. So Dan is a West Virginia Mountaineer fan, and he wanted to know what has changed you about what about working at Federal Brace has changed you?
Well, yeah. So for that, Dan, I would say that I had no idea that I would be working in the industry that I'm working in with Federal Brace. So there's a lot of changes that come along with learning the market, understanding the market, understanding the customers that are involved in it. So there, I would say from an educational standpoint, from a market standpoint, from an understanding of industry, I think there have been a lot of changes that Federal Brace has made in me. Certainly, as I mentioned, we've started on a shoestring budget. The whole entrepreneurial aspect of Federal Brace is a big impactor on me, and probably has changed me significantly. So yeah, there's a number of things professionally that from Federal Brace's standpoint that have impacted me.
Okay, awesome. I have another question from
Yes.
Kelly, and she's a Mississippi State Bulldogs fan.
Mhm.
Kelly wants to know what's next for Federal Brace in the next 5 to 10 years.
Well, I would say to Kelly, we're going to grow. We're going to expand our markets that we're involved in. We'll have some cool, innovative products that we're going to be releasing even in the coming year. We're excited about some of the new stuff that we're coming out with. I would expect to see Federal Brace be involved in a number of different industries or areas of the home that we aren't currently involved in. So I would say growth, number one, we anticipate growing, and number two, we anticipate branching out and going beyond the area of beyond the area of holding up solid surfaces, heavy counters, shelving, and things of that nature.
Awesome. I so much appreciate your time today, Scott. Thank you for joining us on Federal Brace Fast Break.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, Christy.
Thank you so much. For more product information and innovations from Federal Brace, be sure to subscribe below and check out federalbrace.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Go Heels.